Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Thanks for joining us today. Boy, once again, the week is moving by. It's now we're on to Tuesday, April the 21st. Thanks for being here with us. I'm joined again today by Brittany Pacheco, my co-host, who's joining us from her home. Welcome again, Brittany.
Hey, good morning, Todd. Good morning, everyone who's watching this on our Facebook live stream. We appreciate you being here with us. Be sure to follow our page and share this little broadcast right now or when it's posted as a video. That way more people can get information from HCC.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you can catch all of our videos, such as ones from one of our interns, Yotsan, Ulacio. Yotsan is joining us as well. He's going to be telling his story very shortly. Welcome, Yotsan.
Hey, Todd. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. We're going to have more with you in a moment, but first we want to start with Dr. Shantay Grays. And Dr. Grays is the Associate Vice Chancellor of Student Services. Dr. Grays, thanks for joining us on the show and welcome. I know you're a very busy person these days.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Todd. Excited to be here again.
So we've had some big news over the past few weeks about graduation. We're going to have a virtual graduation this year, and some people are still have a few questions, particularly about the deadlines for applying for graduation and how should they do that. Can you let us know?
Absolutely. So those individuals who are candidates for graduation, that means you know that you have no more than 12 semester credit hours of coursework to complete your studies or your program of study. We're encouraging you to contact your advisor to submit your application for graduation. They will review the documentation, review your program plan to determine and qualify you for a candidacy. That deadline is tomorrow. So if you've not had an opportunity to reach out to your advisor, please visit the virtual lobby so that you can schedule an appointment today or tomorrow. While we're suggesting the deadline is tomorrow, students can still apply. What we're suggesting is tomorrow is the priority to have your name officially printed in the commencement program. So please take advantage of the next 24 hours and submit your application for graduation.
If you're just joining us, we're talking with Dr. Shantay Grays, the Vice Chancellor of Student Services, and we're talking about our virtual online graduation. How will this virtual ceremony work?
Todd, this is so exciting for me. We have talked about this for a while, yourself, and we've got a team of excellent professionals and from all of our communications team who are making this possible. So we will have a series of exercises for both our VAST ceremony and for our general commencement. And we will do all of the things that are traditionally involved in a commencement ceremony. That includes the singing of the national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll have commencement speeches by our Chancellor, our board chair, as well as our students. We'll have two student speakers, one from the United Student Council for the general ceremony, and we'll have a special student speaker for the VAST ceremony. We will display the names of each of our graduates along with their credentials. You'll have a great photo, so be prepared to take those glamour shots and share those with us so that we can upload that as your commencement slide. I think this is the first of, I think, maybe several opportunities to do something like this to highlight the achievements of our students.
Do students need to purchase a cap and gown to participate in this particular ceremony?
We recognize that there are a number of challenges related to shipping. Obviously, the bookstores, the HCC bookstores are closed and not necessarily accessible to students at this time. So there is no requirement for students to purchase a cap and gown. If you have them already, great. We encourage you to take a photo with your cap and gown so that you can have that uploaded to your screenshot slide, but it is not necessary. What we do want our graduates to know is that we want them to take photos that represents their personalities. Also reminding them, though, that this is still a commemorative event and we want to comply with all expectations of being professionals as such.
You know, a big thing about graduation is bringing together your family, distant, far away, bringing them here to the Houston area to celebrate that special moment. We still want them to be able to celebrate those moments. How can family and friends participate in this virtual ceremony?
So the great news is that this event will be live streamed. We will have also have the ability to embed a link for our graduates to share with their family and friends for future reference. We appreciate the opportunity for our graduates to engage family members across the globe. This is probably an opportunity to highlight their achievements and have everyone in some same virtual space to acknowledge all of their great work. So those details will be available on the graduation website, which is hccs.edu/graduation, and they will be able to share that link with all of their friends and family.
And if someone's thinking, well, wait a second here, when I walk across that stage, I should be receiving my diploma. That's not really how it works, but tell us how it works and when students will actually get their diplomas, because they will.
They will, absolutely. And as I shared, some of our graduates, because of the timing and the nature of this particular event and the ceremony itself, some of our students will still take courses over the summer, which will allow them to complete and successfully fulfill their degree requirements. So what we've indicated to our graduates is as soon as they've completed all of their course requirements, they can expect to receive an official copy of their diploma, along with a very nice padfolio with the HCC logo on the inside that diploma cover. And that should go out about 6 weeks post ceremony. So graduates should start to see their actual diplomas, hard copies in the mail about 6 to 8 weeks after the actual ceremony date, depending on when those students have completed their summer courses, if that was necessary. Of course, if they're taking summer courses, then it would actually have to be about 6 weeks after they've received the final grades for summer registration or summer course enrollment.
You know, some graduates may be moving on to another college or university, and some graduates may need their transcripts to get a certain job or certification. How can graduates request those official transcripts?
So we're encouraging our graduates as I shared, we still have to process graduation, which means run through all of the course curriculum and the requirements. And we are continuing to do that on a daily basis, which is why applying early is important. So we're suggesting that those graduates go online, submit the request for official transcripts. They'll fill out the documentation and pay the $7 fee if it's applicable. And they can expect to receive a hard copy or request an electronic copy of their transcript be sent to their transferring institution.
And some students may say, well, the virtual graduation is great, but I really would like to do something like this in person. Well, how can that option happen? Because I know there's another option as well if they're willing to wait a few months.
That's right, Todd. We are, this is a unique situation. Again, it's one that's exciting for us to be able to host our first virtual ceremony, but there's nothing that could replace the face-to-face experience. So every single graduate who participates in the virtual ceremony or not, every graduate of the spring 2020 semester is invited officially to attend the fall 2020 commencement. They do not have to do a thing. At this time, we will send out an official communication once the date, the time, and the location has been confirmed, and those individuals will be extended an invitation to join us for the traditional face-to-face ceremony.
Well, we certainly want them to check out the online ceremony because it's going to be a great event. We're putting a lot of work into it, and it's something it's going to be exciting for all of us because it's going to be new and fresh, and it's going to be a brand new experience.
That's right, and I don't think I mentioned the dates and times of the ceremony, Todd. So just a reminder to everyone, commencement is Friday, May 22nd. Our VAST ceremony will begin at 11 a.m. So our VAST candidates and their family and friends will be able to log on and participate virtually. And the general commencement ceremony will begin at 2 p.m. Again, that's Friday, May 22nd, VAST at 11 a.m. and general commencement at 2 p.m.
Dr. Shantay Grays, the Vice Chancellor of Student Services, thanks for being here. I must mention, we've been getting a lot less questions in social media, and we're believing that's correlated to the new virtual lobby you guys have on the homepage.
We've seen a lot of foot traffic, if you will, pick up through that lobby, and that means our students are able to access the information. They know how to navigate the new tool now. And we're encouraging them, any questions they may have, please, by all means, reach out to us using that lobby so that we can get our team members assigned to you as quickly as possible.
All right, Dr. Grace, thanks for being here this morning. Thank you, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks for having me. You guys have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Now we're joined by our guest who was with us at the top of the show, Yotsan Ulacio. And Yotsan is one of our, Yotsan, you're doing a practicum at HCC. You're an intern, and you're a filmmaking student at Houston Community College, correct?
That's correct. I'm having the opportunity now to be an intern for HCCTV, and it's been great so far.
Now, you are originally from Venezuela. How long have you been here in the U.S.?
Well, I was born in Venezuela, and then I've been here for about 4 or 5 years, and I've been living in other Latin American countries as well. Yep.
Now, one thing that's very interesting, and if folks look on YouTube and in our social media, you posted a story not that long ago because you're currently working at Bush Intercontinental Airport, and under the COVID-19 crisis that we're going through right now, you're one of the essential employees. Tell us what you do there.
Well, it's been a different experience so far. Getting to know how this workload is changing, and but at the same time, we keep working hard. We keep helping people in many countries. Many of them are U.S. citizens, and we are doing everything we can to bring it back home and to send supplies. It's just a different experience now at the airport.
And you work in the travel booking area. Tell us exactly what you do.
Well, right now, I work for United Airlines. It's in the catering department. So we have to take care of all the related to cargo and catering that we get into the airplanes.
And what has the traffic been like at Bush Intercontinental right now? People are wondering, are folks still flying right now?
Yes, we do have some flies. It's been, of course, reduced. I don't know, maybe 80%. And for the airline that I work for, I can say that we've been having about 16 to 20 flies per day.
And on a normal day, how many flights would you have had before this crisis?
It goes over 200 flights a day.
Wow. So yeah. You've lost like about 80% of your flights right there.
And and it's happening to every single airline in the United States.
Now, you are a student at HCC, and you also are taking your courses online right now. How is that working?
Well, I'm taking 4 classes online, and it's been okay. I was really nervous at first when realizing that I needed to take college algebra online, and so it took me to go back to the last time that going back to numbers and equations and graphics. But so far it's been to go through the videos and assignments. I think it's been I want to say it's been easier for me.
So after this COVID thing is over with, do you see yourself being more comfortable with doing the online courses and maybe wanting to do them that way from here on out, or how would you like to do it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's gonna sound inappropriate, but this virus has been helping me a lot because of the gasoline prices, and I live far away from my campus, and I don't really have to deal with it. And like I say, the online courses it's been different, and it's an opportunity that I'm taking, and it's helping me.
Well, you pointed out something very important to all of us, because I think whole crisis, we all need to realize what's important and what we can take as as a gift, take as something to learn as we move forward, because sooner or later we're going to be back in the classes, back in the buildings, back to somewhat of a normal life. But we don't want to look back at this time as it was wasted. And it sounds like you're making the most out of it right now, and making available all the opportunities that you have.
Right. I mean, I know it's been a bad moment. It's been a bad episode, but I'm doing my part by being protected, and when I'm home, when out of my place, and I think it's all about it.
Talking to your family in Venezuela, what's going on there, and what is your impression of what's happening outside of this country, as from your perception?
Well, from what I know, and from what I understand, is it hasn't been easy at all, and because it's a South American country, they might not have the same resources that we have in the United States. But it's been like that so far, and they don't have the same access to hospitals as we do, and to maybe food and any other resources, like even like gasoline. And so it's been a lot harder for them, and to many other South American countries.
Do you get a chance to talk to your family often?
Yeah, I do. I do get to talk to my grandparents, to my any other family members that are living in Venezuela right now. Yep.
You also you shot a piece a couple of weeks ago, and you shot it while you were on your way to work, and you were showing some video from your car that you'd taken on your phone. And I noticed around Bush Intercontinental, the traffic was non-existent. I mean, there was nobody out on the roads. Is that kind of what you're facing when you're headed to work at the airport now?
Oh yeah, every single day, both ways. When I'm going to the airport, it's empty, empty highways, and you can notice that. I mean, not going. It's going to fly. No one is going to fly so far. So that's the main reason why you see the airport like that and the highways like that.
What other stories are you working on right now? I know you've been keeping up with a lot of things. What else you got coming up that we can see soon?
So yeah, I have another story coming up with my little brother Jan, and it's explaining this situation as well, how the coronavirus has been affecting my little brother. He's dealing with high school assignments, and with all these new word of getting homework assignment, and all that done from the computer.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing that, and we're grateful to have you here on the show and telling us what's going on. Hopefully, we can get you back again in the future, and we're hoping we'll be back in the building sometime soon and get back to some type of normal life, Yotsan.
That's for sure. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Brittany.
All right, Yotsan, thank you. Stick around. We probably have another question or two for you as we move through the rest of the show. And Brittany Pacheco is at her nerd room right now. Welcome back again, Brittany.
Hey, Todd. Hey, Yotsan. That's incredible, like what you're experiencing just by working at Bush, because that place is always moving. I've flown out of Bush quite a bit, both domestically and internationally, so I can't imagine just how less crowded it is out there. That's insane.
Hey, Yotsan, let me ask you this. So you hear about when you're traveling from certain areas, you have to self-quarantine. Do you know, how are they dealing with that as people are coming into the airport from different areas? Are they screening them, or are you seeing any extra precautions being taken? What are you seeing personally?
Oh yeah, well, it all depends from airport to airport, from city to city. I went to Honolulu, Hawaii, and so I noticed, I've been told that if I was planning to stay in the island, I was required to stay in a hotel for 14 days, and in order to make it out there and then come back. So we are implementing the same regulations, keeping the social distancing, and but yeah, for some travelers coming from New York and many other cities, they have to keep the quarantine.
Wow, that kind of just blows your mind, Brittany, with all that going on right now. Because, like you said, usually seeing people. Bush is such a hub of an airport. People are coming and going all the time. And now it's a ghost town with all these regulations prohibiting or preventing people from really traveling.
Oh, yeah.
I agree, but I wouldn't be upset at the idea of having to stay quarantined in a Hawaiian hotel for 4 days.
Okay, all right. Let me dispel that for you. Okay, so we went to Hawaii about maybe 10 years ago, and one of our flights was running late out of LA, and then we fly to Hawaii, and it's running late, so we get to Hawaii close to midnight. Well, in order to get to the other islands, you have to take another smaller plane to an island. Well, all those services had gone for the night, so they're like, we're going to put you in a hotel room for the night in Honolulu. We're thinking, that's totally cool. That's great. They put you in a hotel room. You wouldn't know whether you're in Honolulu or, Hobby Airport. You literally go to this, seamless place that looks like you're literally by Hobby Airport and you're stuck there. So if you're thinking quarantining in Hawaii in a hotel sounds great, it's really not all it's like, knocked up to be.
Well, maybe we'll just have to find out for ourselves. Just saying.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Yeah, you go take a trip to Hawaii and come back and let us know. Well, you could actually do the show while you're up there. You could go to Hawaii and do the show from quarantine in Honolulu from the hotel that looks like you're at Hobby Airport.
I probably would not be mad at that. Although I do have cousins who are stuck in Cabo San Lucas at their home. Haven't been able to come back to the States just yet. So maybe I'll go there.
We've got one of our interns, Carolina. She's, I think, still stuck in Indiana. She went there for spring break. She hasn't come back yet. She's doing her courses. She's doing TV reports from up there, and she's stuck in Indiana.
Oh, wow. Well, this is what's great about what HCC is offering for our students at this time, because let's just face it, this has been the longest spring break of life right now. And for people such as Carolina, who's in a completely different state, she's still able to do her studies and, complete her courses remotely. And I think that's just great that we have that opportunity to provide to our students at this time.
It is, and that was great for her because she's continuing her coursework, and all of our students have a deadline. A lot of them would like to graduate by a certain time, and it's good that we're able to get things back up and running, at least in online fashion. So, Brittany, summer registration is underway right now, and fall registration, believe it or not, is not that far away.
You are absolutely correct, Todd. So, summer registration is, as you said, underway right now. Students, you can go and register at hccs.edu/now to take a look at all of our summer course listings. They have moved from face-to-face to being 100% completely online. So that is what's going to be happening for summer 2020. Fall 2020, we don't have that information as to if we're moving back to face-to-face, but we will have we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yes, registration for fall 2020 will be opening on May 4th, I believe. Yes. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's May 4th. So yes, you can also go to hccs.edu/now to check out the fall 2020 course listings as we get closer to registration opening day.
Yeah, and the big question everybody has is those fall classes, are they going to be in an actual class or are they going to be all online? And right now, we just don't know. But we are following federal and state guidelines, and we're hoping to be back in the buildings by the fall. But we certainly are going to make sure it's a situation that's safe for everybody before we do reopen those buildings again.
Yes, and that has been HCC's number one priority during this whole pandemic, is that we want to make sure that all of our faculty, staff, and students and everyone else who works for HCC is being incredibly cautious at this time and to practice social distancing, washing your hands, of course. We just want to make sure that the health and safety of everyone is at the forefront of this whole crisis. And students, I know you all are eager to get back into the classrooms because maybe online learning isn't your thing. I totally understand. So just, we appreciate everyone's patience at this time. We appreciate you all willing to work with us, and that way you can continue your studies and not lose out on this semester. We have updated our grading policies for spring 2020. It's on a temporary basis at this time. To learn more about that grading policy, you can go to hccs.edu/health-notice. You scroll down, you'll see some collapsible text boxes where you can see just any and every announcement that HCC has made since we've closed down our buildings during this pandemic. So be sure you become very familiar with that site. Again, it's hccs.edu/health-notice.
And for students in particular, there's a resource site available as well, hccs.edu/COVID-19 students, and that'll take you to specific information for our students. And as we mentioned earlier in the show with Dr. Grays who's here, we now have the virtual lobby, which is open and waiting for you to join them with your questions. If you have a specific individualized question you'd like answered, go to the virtual lobby, fill out the form, and you can find that at hccs.edu. Scroll to the bottom of the homepage and click on virtual assistance.
Definitely. And I do want to make mention real quick too, Todd, about the virtual lobby form, as well as emailing or contacting our Student Services Contact Center. During this time, because we've had to make all these adjustments, they're experiencing an even higher volume of emails, phone calls. So if you sent a message, let's say yesterday, Monday, give a little bit of time before you maybe want to reach out again, because I know for a fact they get at least hundreds of emails in a day, and that's a lot to go through. So again, we appreciate your patience and understanding at this time. Your questions and your concerns are being read, and they are being sought out to college officials who can better answer those questions for you. The last thing we want to do is to provide incorrect information to our students. So again, please bear with us as we are working very diligently to get you the answers that you need.
Yotsan, I want to ask you, when we were going into this online world that we're living in, you heard that classes were going to be delivered online at least through the end of the semester. What was the first question that popped in your mind, and what were some of the concerns you heard from some of your other friends or students?
Yeah, by the way, I got a phone call from one of the HCC employees, and she was asking me about all this process and how I was taking all this process. And I'll say that so far it's been really good. I mean, that I've taken this in a really good way. Like I'm learning from the online experience, and so far it's been great. For me, I say it's okay. I would like to keep taking more online classes if I could. It's, sometimes I have to go to work, and it's been it can be challenging sometimes when going to work or keeping a full-time job and then going to schools, and I want to say, yeah, it's okay.
Well, it's good that it's working for you, and we're glad to hear that. We hope a lot of our students feel that way, because I know that faculty and staff is doing everything we can to make sure we deliver the best quality education. But also, Brittany, we're doing everything we can, as Dr. Grays was talking about, to give the students some type of graduation ceremony, at least for the time being. And it is going to be a virtual graduation ceremony on May 22nd.
Yep, so real quick, students, if you all are looking to graduate this spring 2020, be sure you go to the graduation webpage on our site to stay up to date. As Dr. Grays had answered some questions, I know we actually had a question on social media recently about purchasing regalia for this graduation. So
you don't need to do.
If you're looking for more information about graduation, be sure you go to hccs.edu/graduation.
Yeah, the good thing about this is if you have, I've seen some pictures in social media where people are using like their parents' cap and gown, or they're using their older brothers or older siblings cap and gown for their graduation ceremony. And you know, that's a great idea, because for our particular graduation, we understand the circumstances. You don't need to purchase the regalia for this one. If you have a cap and gown around the house, wear it by all means, you know, celebrate your moment. But we're going to provide you the best virtual graduation experience you can find here at HCC. Brittany, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you for being here today. And Yotsan, thanks for joining us on the show today.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing some other stories from you in the near future. And you can see all of Yotsan's stories in our social media, on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Tomorrow on Up to the Minute, we are very excited. We've got our Board of Trustees Secretary, Dr. Reagan Flowers, scheduled to join us for the show. And a very special guest, Benjamin Escobar. You know Benji, he's one of our interns here at HCC, but we're going to be flipping the tables because Benji is going to be interviewing me, believe it or not. Yeah, the Ironman competition was supposed to be this weekend up in the Woodlands, and it got pushed out. So Benji's doing a story on that, and I was signed up for the Ironman, and well, I've got another year to train now because we're until 2021. So we'll be talking about that more on the show tomorrow on Wednesday's show. Benji, it will be here tomorrow. Yotsan, thanks for being here, and Brittany, thanks for joining us on the show today.
You're welcome, Todd. And Yotsan, thank you for your time. And thank you again to everyone who's watching today's show. Be sure you like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel when you see this appear on our channel.
That's it for Up to the Minute today. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we'll see you tomorrow.